This is Team VMD bringing you Mr. Paul Wright, Vice President of the music group. So I'm going to ask him a few questions and he's going to share some valuable information with us. Hello, sir.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
Good.
I'm good too. Okay, so the first question I have for you is, do you have any specific plan for this Palm Expo? Or do you have anything in mind that you want to do with Palm Expo or achieve through this expo right now?
Yeah, the reason that I'm in India is to review our business strategy for the Indian market specifically. We're a very successful global company and we believe fundamentally that the Indian market has a lot more to offer. Perhaps we've been a little slow in defining our own strategy, but we clearly understand that it's time to make investment in the market, and the reason that I'm in the country and attending the Palm specifically is to meet with Vardaman and our partners to understand just exactly what input we need as a company to grow our business in the Indian marketplace.
What do you have planned over the next year for the Indian market?
We recognize that we need to invest both in personnel. I would say that perhaps this time next year, if we attended this show, we would want our own booth, we would want to reposition ourselves in the market. The music group is in principle the owners of Midas, Clark Technique, Behringer, Bruguera, Eurocom and Eurosound. The brand that we're particularly well known for in India is obviously Behringer. As a global entity, I believe that we have huge opportunities in the Indian market. We're actually a very high-tech but relatively low cost or great value for money company. And I believe that value for money proposition is exactly what the Indian consumer is looking for. And just exactly how we capitalize on these opportunities is, again, as I've just said, one of the reasons why we're now here reviewing our Indian market strategy.
Thank you. So what do you think about the current structure of the Indian retail market for professional audio?
Having been in India a number of times, I'm very aware that the market is disjointed and perhaps even dysfunctional. India as a country has a huge geography, and a company in northeastern India doesn't necessarily have the bandwidth to cover the activities that are required in, say, southern India. The retail laws, taxes and transportation issues that exist in Maharashtra don't necessarily have any relevance in Uttar Pradesh. And this is something that Western or global companies need to understand. So this element of dysfunctionality and disjointedness, how we can bridge that from a Behringer music group point of view remains to be seen. We have a number of partners theoretically covering different elements of the geography. How that will pan out in the next 12 months, again, is another question that I think we have to answer.
Do you plan to launch any products that are tailored specifically for the Indian market?
Given the comment that I made earlier about the value for money aspect, but the relatively high-tech element of that statement, pretty much everything we do is relevant in the Indian market. I've mentioned that we were a little slow to start in our Indian market, yet our revenue growth this year, 2011 and 2012, has been spectacular. And that constant growth is an indicator that the consumer in India can relate to what we build, how we sell the product. We've launched at this show specifically in India. We're showing the X32, which is our first high-value digital mixer, which will revolutionize what the market can expect from a digital mixer in this price category. That's going to be a very interesting journey.
And what's your impression of Vardhaman Enterprises? Like, what do you think about them, and how do they come across to you?
Vardhaman have got a great reputation in India as being a retailer who knows exactly what the customer needs, why the customer wants to buy that, and what they have to do to deliver consumer excellence. We recognize that in my discussions with Vardhaman, the group. We're constantly looking to improve what we do, how we do it, and I think that energy, that push for us to grow our business collectively is what we need too. That enthusiasm is infectious, and that's hugely positive.
Thank you so much for your time and effort, sir. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.